Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to Volvo S90 T8 model. Don't get me wrong, I do love a bit of Volvo. However, I have one concern with this particular model, and that is the lack of a proper, real V6 engine. Well, Volvo's response to people like me is, get over yourself, madam. We're going to give you a hybrid with 390 horsepower. The question is, can it satisfy my hungry soul? Well, let's hit the road and find out. So Volvo has taken a different path from its competitors. The fastest, strongest, top-of-the-range S90 model is a plug-in hybrid. A 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine combined with electric motor. On the paper, dry facts, this couple isn't looking too bad. We've got a total of 390 horsepower, 400 newton meters of torque, plus 240 from electric motor. 0 to 100 is only 5.1 seconds sprint. But as always, we're going to put all these glorious theories into test and take this baby for a spin. Of course, when we turn it on, it's silent because it's a hybrid. So whilst we're playing the numbers game, the battery capacity is 10.4 kilowatts. A lot? Well, Volvo claims on battery only you can drive as far as 40 kilometers, which is about 25 miles. And this is when the lying begins, because the reality is that you can drive about 25 to 30 kilometers. That's it. You might not think this is a lot, but considering that you can charge this car from home in 4 hours, it is actually enough for a typical city person that doesn't drive long distances to get away with driving electric only. Let's check the practicality of the boot. Can you carry a lot of clutter in S90? Yes, you can. One medium, one large suitcase will fit in comfortably, and that's enough about the boot. And if you ask me, it is really worth the charging hassle. Why? Well, because in pure electric, this car has got to be one of the most comfortable, relaxing, beautiful cars to drive that has ever been built. That's right, and I don't say it lightly. The 8-speed automatic transmission is just seamless and smooth. You don't feel the change of gears at all. When you put your foot down and wake up, the petrol engine is, of course, there's a bit of a rattle coming through, is to be expected. The automatic transmission in the what's called the pure mode, which is the eco driving, it takes its time before it kicks in, but once it kicks in, it is a very, very smooth operator. Now, speaking of modes, we also have hybrid, constant or wheel drive, and then we have the power. Power for sporty driving, let's put it to power and stop wasting our time. For Dan, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And finally, this car is feeling like it's awake. And finally, it's pumping some blood through my veins, just the way I like it. I mean, the throttle response is very good. It is not something I have expected. After having driven the V60 with stroke petrol, that took a bit of time before it kicked in. But here, wow, you push it, you got it. You want it, it delivers. Very, very nice. In fact, got some more weight into the steering, and it actually becomes quite precise and responsive. Now, there's a lot of opinions out there, but several internet experts, really, that the S90 in the steering is not precise enough, ta-di-da-di-da. I mean, honestly, I've driven the V60 and I expected this car to be very, very similar. It is not. It's got some nice feel to it. It listens to your hands, which is the way I like it. Of course, you cannot compare it to BMW 5 or 7 Series. I mean, don't get ahead of yourself. Beamer is famous for sharp steering, but what this car gives you is the comfort that BMW, never in a million years you're going to have the comfort that you have in the S90. What else is very good, and I'm quite astonished with this car, is the grip. Oh yeah. And the handling. I mean, honestly, look what I'm doing on this road. Being a bit stupid, blooming idiot I am sometimes, but it just the grip is solid. This car sticks to the road. It handles the road very well. You forget about its size. It becomes actually quite nifty. Oh, I do like it. All right, come on, give it to me, Volvo, because I need it. Very pleasant. You see, it changes its personality, which is what I love about cars the most. The ability to switch from very dynamic to quiet and peaceful. Does it feel to be a passenger in an S90? Well, it is very loving in here with this R design. Now, both seats have been adjusted for my height, 1.7, 5.6, and I still have plenty of room to stretch my long legs. The headroom is okay. Third person? No, not really. I think you can use this big panel here to rest your leg. Alright, let's get down to nitty-gritty. That is the petrol consumption. Volvo is claiming 2 liters for 100 kilometers, which is 118 miles to the gallon. Wouldn't that be lovely? Oh, but this is like a good bedtime story that you put to bed very, very quickly. There's no chance, even with fully charged batteries, as soon as you hop onto motorway and go 0 to 100, that this car will use this little of petrol. Why are you lying to us, Volvo? Shame on you. Where have you tested this car? In a car park? Well, you probably have tested it in a car park because it always rains or snows in Sweden. So you just wanted to stay nice and cozy and dry. Liar. Lying is not good. I know lying is often easier, but it is not good. Stop it. More realistic figures are somewhere between 5 to 10 liters. And why such a wide range? Well, because it heavily depends on the weight of your right foot. Let's say you start with empty batteries, you put this car into sporty mode, and you go in a more aggressive manner, you'll be looking easily at somewhere between 12 to 16 liters. I know, it is pretty shocking, isn't it? It's not the first time I'm whinging about Volvo's petrol consumption, because this car sucks petrol like a big old fat dragon. It doesn't suit this noble, sort of beautiful and sophisticated machine, as if a beautiful, stunning, intelligent woman needed excessive amounts of alcohol just to get going. It's not nice, isn't it? Anyway, so that's that covered. Anyway, let's stop whinging and focus on the positive things, because there are plenty in the Volvo S90. Just going back to comfort and the subject of suspension. Now, Volvo's aspirations have always been to build one of the most comfortable, if not the most comfortable car in the world. The results, well, they were mixed, but not with the S90. I mean, honestly, Volvo, you are on the top of your game here. You are winning. And let's not forget, today I'm driving the R design, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, has got a stiffer suspension than the regular S90, even more so. And this car, even at low speeds, it is just like a little heaven on earth, honestly. Fluffy and soft. Oh yeah. Look at me, I'm so chilled and relaxed today. Wow. And as with every date, there comes a point in time when it's time to talk about money, honey. So what is it worth? The S90 T8 model starts from 96,000 Swiss francs, which is more or less an equivalent to the US dollar. But because I'm not naked today, I am beautifully dressed and I am worth $111,000. Is it cheap? Of course it's not. I seem to be driving more and more expensive cars every day. This is how life goes sometimes. This is how greed grows. And I've got no problem with it whatsoever. Here is how I see S90. Distinguished, impressive, royal. Yes, very quiet, but let's put the environment and ecology aside for a moment. And don't get stroppy with me for it, Volvo, because there's nothing environmentally friendly about 16 liters. And I know it's not all your fault. Now, dear beloved European Union, will you ever stop? Will you ever stop reducing the amount of cylinders we can have. I don't think you will. You will carry on until you strip us of all fun, of all dignity, unfortunately, and you will force all of us to leave, including myself. Now, let's not get dramatic because there are bigger problems out there, and that is, to me, S90 is just begging for juicy sounding, beautifully flexible V6 engine. And for me, the lack of engine with more than 4 cylinders in S90 is just simply unforgivable. Sorry, Volvo. That's just how it is. So Volvo, wake up, because we all need a waking up. Now, I have not shut the door in your face because you're still very stunning and desirable. I shall give you this opportunity to go back and reflect upon it, perhaps change your strategy, whilst I patiently wait for you to come back and love me by giving me something louder, stronger, feistier. But tick-tock, time is money, don't take too long. And I think this brings me to the end of this video. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. As always, I look forward to your comments and your questions. I wish you a wonderful day, whatever that you're doing, and I shall see you all very, very soon. Bye!